today you're watching YouTube because you're tuning into the radio show. What's up, everybody?
That's what we down to. It's a day that you're watching YouTube.
Yeah, we had figured out whatever it. Last week, it was.
Well, I mean, the day they come out don't necessarily need. I mean, we can tell them it's Tuesday. You know what I mean? It's whatever day they watch it, they watch it.
It's whatever day you make it into. So if you watch it on Saturday, then today is Saturday.
Yep. Maybe you're watching it with an A&W root beer.
Maybe you're not.
A&W root beer.
Your shirt.
Your shirt. A&W root beer.
He's now, a quick one.
Your wrestling is in frame now. Prior, it just looked, the wrestling part was out of frame, so it just looked like A&W root beer.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I eat my fair share of fattening and stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to be sporting the gear of said, food or beverage.
Nothing wrong with that. People wear Coca-Cola shirts. What's wrong with that? Yeah, that's trendy. It's a shirt you would find in Old Navy or Hot Topic or.
Yep.
He don't keep no screen printed tees in the state. Come on now, he don't have shirts like that.
He's wearing a wrestling shirt.
That's not how that.
Because he had to wash the football T-shirts he always wears.
So we're gonna discuss my wardrobe to start, or we're gonna talk about.
So you still watch wrestling?
Wrestling.
Yeah.
We should have a segment on like words that are brutalized by like where we're from.
Well, 16 can lead that segment because apparently a lot of them bother him. So you could put that in the archives.
Hey, we would just be feeding his randoms for the entire.
You would be.
Or
like,
we should come up with a list of words for him to butcher, and we say the correct pronunciation that we think, and let him mess it up.
But that's the thing. I don't mess them up. I just find people who mess them up, and then I attack. That's what happens.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
I don't know if I have a favorite right now. This is a brand new company that just started about a year ago, so they still building up new stars and everything. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I mean, they all branching off, making their own thing. So I didn't know if that was like another branch of American excellent.
So Khujeaux, are you
is that American excellent wrestler? Yes.
Yeah.
I was today years old when I heard about A&W Root Beer Wrestling League.
It's all right, and this concludes pro wrestling talk. Now let's get into something that we always have fun talking about here on the radio show, and that's people cooning.
So, we need a theme song for
you could have said,
yes.
Speaking of wrestling, somebody that looks like a professional wrestler, 50 Cent.
Facts.
Or speaking of wrestling, somebody who wrestles with their black identity.
I like that.
That was a good one.
Hey, can you get a coon alert on here? So like we just blasted across the bottom of the screen.
like a raccoon with a siren.
Yes.
Hey, maybe we can get the rights to that song that I screenshotted. It's hilarious.
Have a little raccoon just run across the screen. Can you do that?
Yeah, that'd be good. We'll do that.
So
yeah.
We'll do that now.
Yes.
So when they watch it back, post for
that.
But no, we can't play the Look at the Coon song easy. It's too expensive.
I know. That's what I said. If we could get the rights, that'd be cool.
Or we could just make like a generic,
we can make our own
generic version that copies it just enough.
Yeah, and we pluralize it with 2 S's instead of just 1.
Yeah.
Y'all look at the coons.
And then that way it'll be legally different. And you know what? In this day, that's the best kind of different.
Yep.
Legally different. All right. So which one do we start with? The one that we're not shocked with, which is probably 50 Cent, and the one you might be shocked with, which is Ice Cube. I want to start asking Tiki. Tiki, can I ask you a question here with this? Are you surprised more that Ice Cube might be involved in a little bit of coon shenanigans, or are you shocked by 50 Cent? At this point, anything 50 Cent does shouldn't surprise you.
Well, let me ask you, is what Cube did technically cooning?
Let the internet say it is.
The internet says a lot of things.
For those who don't understand, can you briefly review what happened? Because I do have an opinion about this, but I want you to explain why the internet or Black Twitter possibly is pissed off.
Which they're always.
I can do a quick
synopsis.
Something.
Thank you, Easy. Come through, please.
Which I love and I hate.
All right, so basically, Ice Cube's been on my kind of pet peeve list of, hey, I'm trying to be woke and help out the Black community, blah, blah, blah. Now, ain't no shot at him because he has done a good job of being, you know, philanthropic and all this other stuff. But point is, apparently he was like, hey, I'm not really leaning towards either candidate. I'm more about helping Black people, blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently Donald Trump's group reached out to him and was like, hey, we want you to help us architect the Platinum Plan, which is apparently President Trump's $5 billion proposal to help the Black community get wealth, open businesses, things like that. Well, critics are saying, hey, he's cooning because he's helping out the Trump campaign. And his response has been, I'm not cooning. They the only ones that wanted to sit at the table with me.
Well, didn't he supposedly reach out to both campaigns, but Biden's campaign didn't reply or respond back to him?
Biden's campaign said, we'll holler at you after the election. And some critics are like, well, clearly that's not in their best interest. Whereas other people are saying, well, he's not in office yet. So what's the point of trying to work on that if you're not going to actually get in office? I forgot where I was going with that. It was a great question, though. No, but yeah, so other critics have been saying, well, why the hell is Ice Cube at the table? Like, yeah, he's a decent businessman and everything like that, but like, does he really have the knowledge and the expertise to speak for the Black community? So that's where we are with this.
So let me ask this question. Let me ask this question. So we've determined that the Black man formerly known as Terry Crews should not be at the table, and he doesn't speak for us. We've determined that Steve Harvey should not speak for us. We're now determining that Ice Cube should not speak for us. Killer Mike should not speak for us because they're not qualified to be at the table to speak for us. If these 4 Black men who have been Black all of their Black, natural born Black ass lives are not qualified to sit at the table and discuss Blackness from their Black ass perspectives,
yes,
then who in the light skin hell should?
That is a fair question, and I'm always curious to know who people have in mind when they, you know, when they say stuff like that, like, oh, Ice Cube is just a rapper, or Killer Mike's just a rapper, or Terry Crews just an actor, which Terry Crews on some other shit. But anybody else, you know, they just this celebrity, and they kind of, you know, minimize their entire existence to, you know, what they do, you know, as an occupation or how they got famous. And I'm always curious. I mean, to your point, like, who else are we expecting to kind of step up to the plate here? Like, if there was a random doctor that just came out of nowhere, he works at Piedmont Hospital up the street, and he stepped up and had this plan together and like, oh, he's just a doctor. He don't know nothing about politics. So then, there are no full-time like Black leaders. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we got people that's like in, you know, the NAACP and the Christian chapter of whatever. You know what I mean? So what?
That's my issue. The people who are technically qualified have done a shit poor job of representing what Black people want. So they have gotten into those positions and gotten comfortable, and you don't hear, there are a few who are outliers who are causing a ruckus and saying what they got to say. And they've been like that since day one. But why not have Ice Cube, who's been a very successful businessman? He has literally come from the streets and elevated himself all along the tiers. And it's like, okay, he's hit pretty much gone from lower class to middle class to upper class to wealthy, and he's been able to hold his business position for well over 20 years. So he can give a very realistic point of view as to what Black people want and what they need versus, and my whole thing is this, we've all been in the corporate sector. So we all know how it is to have to work on projects or work across the aisle with people that we don't necessarily like, love, or give a damn about. But we have our own goal for our department, or we have our own goal for our team. He's looking at it like, okay, no matter who's in office, Black people still need stuff. So who's going, at least I give them the respect of reaching out to an actual influential Black person to hear what Black people needed versus doing what they always do and assume they know what Black people need, or asking somebody who's not even Black what Black people need. I don't understand that. So I feel like if Biden's campaign was serious about helping Black people, they would have heard what he had to say. It wouldn't matter whether they won the campaign or not, because a lot of those people are still in influential positions to help Black people, period. But the fact that they refuse to take the meeting is the same thing. If we go back in time, Republicans were the ones that most Black people used to be Republicans back in the day. It just kind of flips because it was an opportunity situation for Black people to then become Democratic. But Democrats don't love Black people no more than Republicans do.
Partner parties changed too.
Yeah.
the names. But
yeah,
you made a good point about those people. I mean, they could have at least took the meet. So Ice Cube claims or alleges that he reached out to the Republican candidate, Donald Trump, and he reached out to the Democratic candidate, Joe Biden, and Biden's camp was like, we'll talk to you after the election. So I'm kind of split on this because what ATL Diva just said, you could have at least took the meeting, heard him out, and then, if you lose the election now, because you're still a senator,
right?
This is what we're, this we have this knowledge now and we have this plan, or you could use that as your platform. I mean, you could say we met with, Ice Cube, but we met and we came up with this plan. If elected, this is what we'll do. And you talk to those points throughout the remainder of the election period. Or the campaign period, sorry. But yeah, I mean, you could have at least took the meeting and heard him out, and regardless, the information would have been having that knowledge or having that meeting would have been, I think, beneficial either way to the Democrats. So turning them down, I guess wasn't the smartest move on their part, but also to some of the critics, some of the critique that Donald Trump is an opportunist and he's only using this to kind of get votes. The timing of Ice Cube proposing this probably is bad, but also, is it, you know what I mean? Like yes, everybody hates Donald Trump. He's a piece of shit. We all know that. But there's always a piece of shit. I have always quoted this episode of South Park that says every election period, there's a douche and a turd.
Facts.
You have to vote for either the douche or the turd. Pick one. There's never gonna be like a prime candidate that everybody just, maybe Obama, but there's also critics for that. Whatever. Yeah. Every election period is, this is the fight of our lives. It's just like the quote now is, this is the most, important election of our lifetime. Rewind back to 2000 and 2004 for Bush. Yeah. Vote or die campaigns. Everybody had t-shirts. Diddy was on stage dancing, making niggas vote and shit. Like it was that was what I'm saying? That was the fight of our lives. That was the most important election of our lifetime. So every election.
When Diddy ran the city.
Exactly. It's a long-winded way of saying that I am conflicted in whether or not the timing is good or bad, because historically, it doesn't matter who we've elected, if it's been a Democrat or a Republican, Black people never really
still got shit.
Still got the shit end of the stick.
There you go.
But on the other end, yes, there is a fascist, Nazi fucking lying president who will probably use any opportunity he can to remain in power. So it's like, I don't really know whether or not the timing was bad, but worst case scenario, we back in the fucking same position that we are right now. So.
Yeah, I was gonna play devil's advocate real quick. I mean, who's to say Joe Biden isn't talking to Black people about a Black people plan? Like, just because he
didn't tell Ice Cube,
just because he told Ice Cube, like, I don't want to talk to you. Who's to say he's not coming up with a plan? Now, I'm not saying he is. I'm just throwing that out there.
Khujeaux brought that up, saying about potentially pandering, but okay, you could look at it this way. This president is all about theatrics, being in front of the camera, letting things be known. And anybody who knows anything, when you make moves, you should really be making them in silence. You shouldn't have to, you know how that meme where it's like, I'm making silent moves, but they're up there screaming that they're making silent moves.
Yeah.
And the thing is that all this president, you know, you got all these guys going there to kiss the ring, and what's come of it? Steve Harvey went to go visit.
And
you
brought up
Ray
my
Lewis
point.
went
Like,
there. Jim Brown, they're going
to
to publicly
with Steve Harvey and Joe Brown. Like, I thought they were coming up with the black people plan for Trump's presidency. What happened to that?
That's what I'm saying.
They
publicly
wasn't
going
qualified
Steve
either.
Harvey going to talk to him.
Yeah.
Well,
they're
I mean,
publicly going to kiss the ring. And I think the reason why Black Twitter might be attacking some of these people when you say this businessman and this business person, I mean, that's good that folks who are in an arena who have a voice of like command want to go into this arena. The people that we really need stepping up doing these are elected officials, the senators, you know, councilmen, people of that nature need to be doing that work and not putting it on entertainers to get things moving.
Do we though?
We should. I don't know anybody that owns any T-shirts with city councilmen's faces or nothing on it. I know a lot of people got Ice Cube and NWA T-shirts. Right, but I'm saying technically,
my point being that there is benefit in celebrity pushing certain political things, because you already have that following. You have people who I mean,
much easier job.
If Ice Cube tells them to go do something versus John Smith, city councilman, telling them to go do something, they're gonna listen to Ice Cube.
Most people don't even know who their elected officials are.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody knows who their elected officials are, but everybody knows who Ice Cube is.
But I was talking from a standpoint of we should know who these people are
in a perfect world.
But those are not.
They haven't been doing anything
that we have been trained to do in our culture. We have relied on celebrities to dictate the direction of our culture for so many years.
Yeah.
Back in, I would say, civil rights time, the influence of politicians and stuff mattered because those people actually were really connected to people and really pushing the agenda of the Black culture almost due to survival. But now people have gotten kind of comfortable. We don't know who's going up for seats in local, state or federal level anymore, and that's not something that youth cares about. Not enough, hell, not even us sometimes. So, but what we will do is, if like Ice Cube popped up on here, but we have no idea who's saying what in our own city about what politics. We have no idea, but we damn sure know Ice Cube went to talk to Trump. Yeah. I think if you read Powernomics, it's a good book, but it also talks about, first of all, we're dealing with a president who's all about quid pro quo. Everything about getting ahead is quid pro quo in America. You do a favor for me, I do a favor for you. And in the book, he talks about how Black people don't ever trade for their vote. So at least if Ice Cube goes and says, if you want to help Black people, this is what you have to basically do for them, not necessarily to get their vote, but to one, understand what Black people want and need, and two, if you have any kind of idea of trying to get their vote, this is how you got to talk to them, because you're not offering Black people anything.
Yeah. Killer Mike actually made he came under fire. This was, I don't know how many years ago, a couple years ago. He came under fire for basically saying that, this was the 2016 election, I think. And he was basically saying, if you want Black people to vote, what are you offering us? He's like, I'm not going to vote for anybody that isn't doing anything for me. And then everybody was like, oh, he's trying to sway the vote and get people confused to vote, and that's essentially a vote for Donald Trump. Same shit they saying today. But what the point you just made is like, we've been tossing our vote at the Democratic Party.
Sorry.
Bless you. We've been tossing our vote at the Democratic Party by default and haven't been really getting anything for it. You know what I mean? So it's like, why keep staying in this relationship if it isn't benefiting me?
Correct.
It's kind of the mindset behind that, and a lot of people just got up in arms. And you can't really tell people anything, because it's been so polarized, this kind of two-party system. It's like it's like a brand loyalty. It's like a sports team loyalty. If you switch sides, you're a coward, or if you even consider rooting for the other team or anything like that, then you're essentially banished or whatever. Which I think is kind of the root. Not to get on my soapbox, but I think the root of all the political issues that exist in our country comes from this bipartisan system, this whole two-party system. I think if you remove both parties, or essentially removed all the labels associated with it, including the red ties and the blue ties and the red backgrounds and the blue backgrounds and all this other shit that's red words and trigger words and all this other kind of shit that speech writers kind of throw in, and just have people listen to the candidates and the issues, a lot of people will find themselves. It would be interesting to see what sides you actually consider yourself being a part of.
I equate it to football. During football season, 16 and I are arch enemies while there is a football game on. When there's no football game on, we're awesome. Like, that's it. It's the same thing in politics. When the show is on, Democrats and Republicans hate each other. They're going to each other's neck. Off camera, they all live in the same neighborhood. Their kids go to the same schools. They all are in the same country clubs. Yeah. They all, go on vacation homes, are in the same area. So these people don't really hate each other. What they do is create allegiance and divisiveness to create loyalties for themselves. And that's what people don't understand. Once Republicans or Democrats come out with one horrible law, it doesn't just affect one or the other. It's going to affect us all. If they do something crazy with health care, when you go in there, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to ask you, are you Democrat or Republican? Okay, we'll see you or we won't see you. No, they don't. So
well, this got quickly away from the Coon question that was initially posed. But I mean, I think we hit a lot of good points. But I guess we should go around to everybody and find out whether or not you Coon yes or Coon no. Whether or not what Killer might. Oh, well, we got to talk about 50 Cent too. So basically, 50 Cent essentially came up in after Biden's tax plan was released recently. 50 came out and was like, "Oh, this is bullshit." He's 68% tax in the state of New York, I guess, which where he lives or whatever. And he's like, "F that, I'm going to vote for Trump." So, knowing 50 Cent, how we know him. I'm interested to know what y'all think. Tiki, what do you got in terms of whether or not, how did you interpret that?
I'm not 100% sold on him actually going to vote for Trump. I feel like his wording was a bit ambiguous. Because he didn't actually say, I'm going to vote for Trump. He was just like, y'all should do it. I could vote for Trump, but he didn't actually say, yes, I am 100% committed to vote. Yeah, that's not what he said. So
then it almost sounded like he was just troll joking kind of thing. Like, so like a joke you might toss out and be like, oh no, fuck that. I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like just,
oh, okay.
It felt like, to me, it felt like just a joke, ill-timed, and like much of what we've been talking about. But M16, what did you think?
Well, again, this is 50 Cent. It seemed like he's been content on these shows that we've been doing for like years. We've been talking about the crazy things 50 Cent do online. And I feel like if we're basing it on a percentage, I'm gonna say 60% of this was like 50 being 50, but some of it was a little truth to it, like, how is this gonna affect my pockets depending on which way I vote? Yeah. So he likes to blur the lines and he likes to get people talking. So I would just say that there's more truth into what he was saying about voting for him, because he talked about voting for him before, and I think he did vote for him before, versus him going in the opposite direction. So I probably would say he will vote for him.
So Easy, you think you think 50 Cent, the multimillionaire, is wrong for voting in the interest of his own pockets?
I mean, I don't blame him for voting for his pockets. I think the thing that was kind of crazy about it is like he was basically saying like, I don't care if you don't like black people. I'm more worried about my money. So I think that's where like the line gets drawn, because it's like, come
that's
on,
the
man.
problem.
Like,
that's
like,
the problem right there.
Like, where are your ethics? Where your morals? Like, you like, hey, my money right. Fuck all the rest of y'all. Like, I don't care.
And that's the election right there.
Yep, but devil's advocate. So we all go to work for essentially companies who probably are not run by people that look like us, who may not even like people that look like us, who may vote, against our interests. So, what would you think is how would you explain the difference in us contributing to, being voluntarily, because you don't have to work for these corporations, whatever. Because you're essentially saying I'm trading my paycheck to work for, because we all work for this orange company that we knew was not
very Republican, right?
Yeah, we knew that environment was not. We knew what kind of environment we were in, and so Diva, were we wrong for trading our integrity for a paycheck?
No, because one, in order to do better and be better, sometimes first you got to survive. Two, I'm a big proponent of being in the same room with people who try to determine your own fate. In order to understand somebody, you got to get close enough to them. And three, use it as a platform to elevate yourself into a different direction. So no, I don't think, we did. At some point, not everybody's going to agree. I mean, we've got Black people who don't agree for the good of Black people. So you do what you got to do. We don't share the views. We just share the work. And,
So the radio show gets called to the Trump office to discuss Black people's plans. Are y'all showing up?
First of all, are we even qualified to discuss Black people's plans?
My question would have been,
I think I am.
Did he win re-election?
Everybody, I think I am. Diva, you are.
And second of all, do we take 16 with us? Does he represent Filipinos?
I was hoping everybody held their arms up, because
put that on YouTube.
He would wear a shirt with the same colors as the background, once again blending in.
How did this become about me? And to answer your question, Khujeaux, would the radio show up? No, we wouldn't, man, because we'd all have to be able to look ourselves in the mirror. We're not here for, if we were gonna do it, we're not doing it for no photo op. We ain't here for no cute shit. It's like having a cute title at your job with none of the money to go with. Like, hey, I'm assistant of stuff, but it don't come with no
assistant to.
But devil's advocate. But devil's advocate though, because why would you not show up?
That's what I was gonna say.
Because they don't know. Okay, first of all, look at their circle. So regardless, you're a citizen, and they're making decisions about your life, but they don't know anything about your culture. They don't even understand. So why would you not show up?
Everything has been this is what I'm trying to say. Everything has been a photo op with him. It's for the cameras. It's signing these executive orders for the cameras that don't do anything. The group of Black preachers that went up there, doing the little dance for the president. What came up?
But okay, so that's different, right?
We're smarter than that, because what you do before you take the meeting is you negotiate your terms for the meeting. Period.
Yeah, that's true.
And also,
that group
and
of Black
a lot of
preachers
those
went
Black
up there.
pastors were Trump people, like they liked them.
Right.
So
they didn't
of course
really
they're gonna do the
plan.
heckle and jive and everything like that.
Yeah.
My thing is, if he's reelected, we take the meeting, because guess what? He's gonna be there for the next 4 years.
4 years.
If
you about to do something for me.
we gotta work something.
So, are you prepared to eat the backlash that comes along with that? Because it seemed like it's like we talked about before in the past. You go and I'm not gonna say kiss the ring, but you're gonna get some heat. Like, the radio show, I thought those were our people.
Do you see my complexion? I'm gonna get the heat regardless. It don't even matter. That's why we survive, because we gonna catch heat regardless. If he goes in there and he proposes something without truly understanding or ever even hearing an outside thought, if your whole circle is people you grew up with your whole life, you don't even understand what is even important to me or my culture because you have not spent any time. So you propose something that makes no sense to my culture or my people. It's no different than going into the meeting when we used to have to go into meetings with directors who didn't understand the pulse of the floor, and they're asking us so they can understand because that's not their environment. That's not their world. And we tell them, y'all are finna roll this out and make it go live, but it don't make sense because you're missing this, and this.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
You made a pretty good point about, you're not getting it from kind of the source. You sticking with the same circle that you've been with, and then now you've got misinformation. So
correct.
In the corporate, in the company that we were just talking about, somebody came out and they showed us an article or whatever around the time that everybody was supposed to be getting like bonuses or raises or something. Anyway, it came out that the article stated basically that employees would rather have recognition in the form of like events and parties and stuff like that, as opposed to monetary compensation. And
who did they ask for that poll?
But
exactly, they didn't poll me on that one.
Who the fuck? First of all,
who was in that poll?
Who participated in that poll?
Fuck your pizza party.
Exactly.
To my check, okay?
We don't want no more cake. I don't know why they think they can solve everything with cake.
We literally
cake and pizza.
Used to have meetings after that where we would step off and say, where it'd be like, hey, we're having this big event. Stop by on your break or lunch. Like, kiss my ass. I'm not coming there on my break or lunch. If you want me to come to your event, schedule that shit on company time, and I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm taking my ass to my car and having my personal time away from this bullshit. Yeah. So who the fuck did they ask that?
Yeah. So in that article, that was my question about one, the article. Two, in that, how were you bold enough to show me that article and say this is what your people? You're an employee, you're an underling, essentially. This is what your people say, so you should agree with this.
People who are already underpaid. So it's coming from people who don't depend on their paycheck every 2 weeks. People who probably got a bonus for coming in, who can work from home and take off all the time they need, who don't really have to, put time off in the goddamn calendar and all of this other stuff. So they're the ones saying everything is fine. We all know they would report up, oh, everything is fine. The numbers are fine. The stats are fine. And we're all on the floor like everything is a freaking mess.
I want to meet the motherfucker who was like, I would rather have a gold star and a slice of Publix cake than an extra 50 cents per hour or what,
Khujeaux, you didn't bring up the gold star, did you? The infamous gold star? Oh my God.
Gold star and a Publix
gold star.
I want a badge.
You're 26 years old. And they give you gold
fucking
star.
Gold star.
I want a thermos. That is amazing. Oh my God, I've been here for 15 years and I have a thermos with your company's name on it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
And a color that is just atrocious. Like, first of all, that's getting personal.
Go with anything.
That's getting personal.
Go with anything.
Sorry. But no, I mean, yeah. So I think we all. So vote real quick. Coon, no coon. 50 Cent. Coon or no coon for what he did?
No coon.
He's trolling. Option C, he's trolling.
Hold on, before we go any further, Coon or no coon, I'm gonna look directly in the camera, patent pending. 50 Cent. We're gonna go no segment. We're gonna go no coon, but yes, we've created a new segment, a new game that's sweeping the nation. Tiki, what do you say, coon or no coon on 50?
Yes, coon.
Oh,
she says coon. Okay. Did everybody
no,
go?
No, right, no cooning on Cube though.
I'm gonna say he's a bi coon. He's half coon. Biracial coon, bispecies coon. Yeah. Because now is not the time to be trolling. Like he's probably trolling, but now
wait.
He is a coon
so 50
opportunist.
50 like his women bi and he likes his coon bi as well. Is that what we're saying?
That's exactly what we're saying.
Okay, got it.
Half coon.
I'll tell you one thing.
All right, so Q. Now we gotta do Ice Cube. Coon, no coon.
No coon.
No coon.
No coon.
I'm gonna go no coon, man. The body of work. No Coon.
Now, if he keeps posting videos about it,
don't base it on his track record. Now, based on the move that he just made.
No. I that's my stipulation. If he keeps making these posts about it, like, oh, look at me, I'm working with Trump, I'm helping black people, then you're gonna have to slide onto the Coon side.
He's
nobody trying to hear all that.
He's teetering.
Because
I know
right
Steve
Harvey got a lot of shit. He had one photo op, and he never talked about that moment again. He said, "Hey, look, this is why I was there. Done deal."
Yeah.
Ice Cube getting all kind of interviews. He's making all these posts. He's creeping into that Coon territory, whether he wants to or not.
Right.
I cannot wait to write Coon or No Coon in the description of this video. But that's a new game that's been created. This is fantastic. Now we got something else to play. This is great.
And we got a lot of content for this too. So we get
No, this was a good one. And I can say now, and this concludes Coon Talk, the high budget applause at some point. There we go. Yeah. All right. Thanks to everybody that's out there.
Let's see him segue.
To everybody out there listening to and watching the radio show, we definitely appreciate it. All right, so we're about to, this is normally when I would throw to, news and notes, but I can get to that later. And then normally there'd be some form of music, which Khujeaux is going to drop in. I don't know, it could be now.
Now sounds good.
Now. So then after that, we would get right into his extremely popular, and don't forget about checking out his YouTube page. Just search for, you see it on the screen there if you're watching, search for Khujeaux on YouTube.
I thought we're not doing the other housekeeping on the air. We're not doing the relationship topic.
Oh shit! See, this is why I'm bad at segues. So which one of the show? I wasn't wrapping it up.
Khujeaux, thank you.
Which one of our lovely ladies of the radio show had the relationship topic? Was it Diva?
I have a question.
Man, them headphones are clear as day. Sorry, more housekeeping on the air.
Thanks.
I need to buy me a pair of those.
So my relationship question, I'll keep it simple and fun. It is, we all have preferences or what we think are preferences. Have you ever dated someone outside your preference and been surprised that you made a love connection with them? So a preference can be anything from complexion, light or dark, tall, short, thick, slim, whatever. Or maybe they could be from a certain place that you usually like. For me, I don't too much mesh well with guys from New York. It's okay, but usually it's an issue. I tend to attract more international guys sometimes. But my preference was totally different.
Something wrong with us regular black men.
So you an exotic one. Oh, okay.
That's preference, because I used to, back in the day, I used to prefer like dark-skinned men, and then I dated a light-skinned guy, and I was like, oh snap, I like this. So it was different, but it was a good connection.
How do you feel about Filipinos though?
Outside my preference, but we'll see what happens. You have to be open.
That was taken, by the way. I was just asking in general.
Oh yeah, that Filipino was taken. Yeah, no, not this one. Another one. We'll see.
I'm easy. I think you really we're gonna toss it to you as the resident single guy.
Single guy. Y'all can talk in the past tense. I will. I definitely will.
I just feel like that it would be interesting to get the single guy perspective.
Can I clean up something real fast before
we go down memory lane?
Is that Easy is only single on his taxes? All right, so I wanted to put that out there for him, just his girl don't feel slighted. All right, yeah. I just wanted to.
Yeah. Hey, look, and it's funny.
Dang, are you trying to Captain Save your brother on a?
No, I just wanted it out there because
the need to throw that in there, but
right, yeah. Okay, well let me take the heat out of you. I actually did that to my wife when we were this was pre-marriage, and we were at a wedding, and they were like, they played single ladies, They're like, oh, all the single ladies come to the floor and dance. And she didn't get up. I'm like, you might want to go out there. She was like, oh, so I'm single now? Like, on your taxes, what do you file? Get your ass on the floor.
Yeah, it's true. It's always the wedding where you find out the true definition of single.
Of your relationship.
Like, hey, all you single fellas, you better get out here and go catch the...
Because the point when that happens is they going to throw the bouquet, and if you catch the bouquet, then you're going to get married next.
Right.
If you single and ain't with nobody, you catch the bouquet, like what? Not gonna magically.
What
you know
is
what
that?
Like,
yeah, but you got that one uncle that explains the rules of single at every wedding.
Yep.
If you got a girlfriend, even if you engaged, still
You're
get your
single.
ass on this floor. You single. So
Yep.
that's
Facts.
fine.
But anyway, so what do you
Not
got?
a tax deduction.
Right. What's your preference? What are your preferences, and without offending anybody, what are your preferences, and have you ever dated outside of that?
Damn, that's a
question, right?
What are my preferences? Yeah, like, I mean, I guess for me, I mean, I don't really have a preference, if that makes sense, when it comes to like skin color.
No, I mean any I guess what, physical or non-physical attributes.
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah,
I don't need you taller than me. You know, 16's cool with it. I can't vibe with it. That's just me. That's just me on that one.
That is a very serious preference for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, it is. I mean, I'm pretty tall, so like you gotta be like hella tall to be taller than me. But
How tall are you, Easy?
I'm almost 6 foot. I'm like right there. I'm so
Wait,
close.
hold on. You're not quite the true social distancing length, but you hella tall. Did I hear that right?
I wouldn't say hella tall, but like I'll put it to you like this.
Don't do that, man.
I'm not tall like Khujeaux, but like when I stand in front of my family, I'm tall. Like,
so you got a family full of short people. So you got a family full of short people.
Yeah, me and my brother still don't know where I got my height from, because like it just.
Wait, so at under 6 feet, you talking about you got some height? Are you kidding?
Yeah, compared to my family, hell yeah.
You've seen the rest of our that side of the family.
Yeah, you haven't seen our family. Like, I look like, Shaquille O'Neal.
Like
some of these family members.
Like a dwarf. Well, I'm not gonna make that though. I'm not.
Like, I'm 5'10", and I have several girl cousins that are taller than me, and all of my boy cousins or uncles all are 6'4" and above. My daddy is only 5'11", and he's the runt in the family.
See, well, your family's abnormal, because the average guy height's like 5'7", 5'8". So
first of all, we're not abnormal. Y'all are just little people.
I mean, in my family, I'm 5'11", and in my family, literally, my mom, my dad, and my brother and I are the tallest people in our family. So any picture with the women in my family, they're all like 5'5". So there you go. So
see, that's what I'm saying. So if you look at a photo of me and my family, weird. I'm hella tall.
Wow, both of my sisters are 5'3".
See,
wow.
Weird.
See, you hella tall.
Yeah.
See,
wow.
You help me make my
no matter what you do,
I appreciate that.
You look like a giant amongst the masses.
Thank you.
Yeah, for them, but when I get with everybody else, then it's like, like I said, I have several female cousins that are taller than me, and all of my boy cousins and my uncles, like, they're all 6'4".
Your family got some really strong genes, because that is not the average family.
Nope.
The average guy is like 5'7", 5'8", and the average girl is like 5'2" or something like that.
And in Atlanta, that's very true. The average dude is 5'10" in Atlanta, or 5'9", 5'9" to 5'10".
Nothing wrong with having a 5 in front of your height. That's fine.
Yeah, I have no issue with it.
But so, and I guess going back to the question, I can have no problem.
Enough short bashing.
All right. You said going outside of whatever
what are your preferences? So Diva, is what are your preferences, and have you dated outside of it, right?
Right, and did you make a love connection by dating outside of your preferences? Yes.
Okay, so I can say yes, because I had never dated a tall woman before I met my wife, and most of the women that I dated were just what you would say like average height, I guess, where I was either taller than them or the height was comparable. But when I met my wife, it was just like, I didn't care about height, none of that stuff. I seen her, I was like, I don't care how tall she is. I need to figure out how I
climb
need, you
that
know.
tree.
I need to make this work somehow. So
I
if
need
she
to
can overlook the fact that she got a little bit,
and go ahead and go about
yep. If she's not worried about this hype part, I'm not worried about it at all. At all. So yes, made a hellified love connection with it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wouldn't say I made a love connection, but I was definitely like surprised, you know.
What did you go outside of?
For me, it was.
Was she a Falcons fan?
Oh, boom.
That's so
You know, as long as you don't talk about like teams or, you know, politics, like you could really get a far away. You know, once you get to politics, sometimes that's really like drawing the line.
Yeah.
With some people, I don't really care unless you like gung ho on a certain side of it. But for me, that was actually somebody that was taller than me, and you know, it was just like hanging out, and it was like, you know, hey, this is actually a really cool person. Like, I think most guys, and I don't want to speak for Khujeaux and 16, but like for me to like want to like date you or like hang out with you, looks is like the number one thing on the list. And then it's like, hey, you look good. And then here I go get to knowing you. And if you have a terrible personality or I don't find you that smart, then, you know, we pivot and either leave the relationship, whatever the case may be.
That's how I always found that whole looks don't matter or whatever. It's always been bullshit. Like, looks don't matter.
They definitely do.
People?
How do you? That's all you have to go on until you actually have a conversation.
Yeah, definitely do.
Anyway,
like,
I did a good job.
For me, if I don't find you attractive, like we're probably not gonna get far in the conversation. We could probably be friends or, you know, be buddies, but that's just like any guy that tells you looks don't matter, they lying to you.
Serial killer.
Because every guy's got
in that car.
Right.
Don't get in the car.
Looks don't matter to me, baby. Red flag. I'm telling you. Don't do it.
It matters. It damn sure matters.
That's number one on the list. Like,
and we ain't talking about like every girl got to look like Halle Berry, but every guy's got a type.
You got to be attracted is basically what we're saying.
Right.
We're not saying, you know what I mean? Like, so, whatever. All right, let's see what one of the ladies has to say. What are you, Tiki?
Well, Diva was basically saying she only liked Idris Elba's of the world, and then she found her Trey Songz or something. So.
Wait, why Trey Songz?
Well, she said light skin.
Trey Songz was not
I missed that part.
Well, no, I said I started, you know, getting, you know, I don't know what you call it, like courted by light skinned guys, and it was different because I had my last two relationships were dark skinned men, so I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Or, I mean, I've kind of dated all around outside my preference, you know, slim or shorter than me a little bit, different complexions, different countries, accents, no accents. I tend to just attract accents for some reason. But yeah, so I mean, I actually really had to be open, and it kind of like made some really dope dating experiences, basically.
Any love connections? Anything that got serious?
Yep, a couple.
Okay.
It works out. Just be open, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like, what do they call it? A pick me or whatever. But I never really had a preference. You know what I mean? Like I never really had a checkbox of things that I look for, because you know before I met my wife, I had like a range of different chicks, you know, range of different complexions, heights.
You probably had a list that didn't make sense until you realized it didn't. She just had to be cute
to me. You know what I mean? Like that's all. As long as I was attracted to her, that was really my only requirement. Like,
and then he goes and completely outkicks his coverage. By the way.
Well, first of all, you've never seen my coverage, so.
Yeah, that's facts. If you know.
but no, yeah, I kind of did. I kind of did. But my wife is actually, I mean, she's by far the tallest woman that I've dated. But prior to her, I think the last serious girlfriend I had was like 5'9", 5'10", so she was already pretty tall. But yeah, my wife is taller than that, so she's the tallest. But like I said, I didn't have preferences anyway, so it wasn't like I was avoiding tall women. I wasn't avoiding short women. I wasn't avoiding dark skin, light skin, big ass, big chest, flat. I mean, it didn't, like, as long as she was cute to me, that was really my only requirement. And like literally my roster ran the gamut. Like it was a lot of there's a lot of variations between, like, I'm just thinking back, like it's a lot of variations. Not like it was a lot of women, but
but I understand
this
what you
man
mean.
said a roster.
Yeah.
I can really relate to that because I know someone who every girlfriend he has had since I was little, they all look like they could be freaking related sisters. He has a serious prototype.
Wow.
And my uncle has a serious prototype, and I don't care. I'll just put it out there. If he watched the show, I'm just saying it's true. They all are the same makeup for the most part, to the point where if he was dating somebody, all of them look like they could be his kids normal, because they all just look the very similar, like so the same.
Yeah.
So homie got a checklist, and if you miss one box, you out.
No, he's only dated one. He only dated one dark skinned woman my whole life, and I was a little kid. Everything after that has been literally
have you
this
seen
complexion or lighter.
Did you see the women he dated prior? You said it was his kid's mom.
Well,
you said they all look like his kid's mom.
Well, yeah, because they met when I was like 6 years old, 7 years old. So, okay. I mean, I've seen.
Never mind. I was gonna say, I was gonna ask, had you seen anybody prior to her, or do you think he's just chasing like her, trying to get another her? So, like, example, like when Reggie Bush broke up with Kim Kardashian, he went and got a Kim Kardashian
another
clone.
Kim lookalike.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, is your uncle trying to pull one of them?
You know what? I really can't speak for him. I don't know, but I can say that they all look like they could be cousins. They are all like the same. They look like the same carbon copy almost. They do look a little bit different facially, but as far as complexion wise, they are like all identical when it comes to that, or the type of hair they have. Like, it is a very, very strict situation.
Tiki, what you got? What's your preferences, and what's your love connection stories about going outside of those?
My preference is tall and dark. I mean, y'all probably all heard me say I love a black man. Because I do like a dark skin. I like a dark skinned brother. I mean, I could get crude with it, but I won't.
Come on now.
I mean, I could easily say shit.
BBC?
Like a nigga with a, yeah. I mean,
we knew where you were going.
You know, preferably with good credit and a lot of money in the bank, but it's not always how it works. Don't do me like that, Diva. I'm just being honest.
M16 missed the perfect opportunity to play the drop.
Always.
No, he's got that face like, oh God, what? I hope she doesn't say nothing.
No,
me and Khujeaux sitting here talking about, we really don't have a preference, different races. Tiki's getting like very detailed.
I pressed the button and good old radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever dated a light skinned guy or a short guy? Or...
Yeah, you know what? Like, I dated this one light skinned dude, and he about had me out my mind. Like, he was a 5%er and all. So then, like, I had stopped eating pork, the food with him, and like some other stuff.
Sister soldier.
Like, I was out there like taking the filter out my blackened mouth, and they were like, y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you unwrap.
Supposedly that removed the cancer from.
Yes.
That's right. That's like don't drinking Tropicana.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yes, so he was woke before woke was even a thing, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna wake up with him then.
Is that who told you that? Is that who
no, no,
okay.
it's not.
That's a great question.
It all starts coming together.
It's not. No. But then one day I was like, fuck it, I need like real pepperoni on my pizza. So, you know, the relationship ended because I couldn't.
That's where it ended at.
Wow.
Damn.
She chose pork over love.
I told you, man. I told you, man. This is the fattest show on the planet, man.
That's real though.
I mean, shit. For COVID, we're all fat right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you know, I dated one other light skinned dude like right when I moved to Atlanta back in 2005, and that didn't end well. So
you made no love connections going out. So you pretty much gonna stick to your BBC going.
Pretty much, I'm just gonna stay right there. Yeah. You know, there's some variation in like I my first husband was actually a little bit shorter than me. My second husband was actually like an inch taller than me. I'm hoping that my third husband actually is right up there where I really like them. That's the plan. So you know.
Yeah, Shaq.
6'3", 6'2".
6'4" is perfect for 6'4" is spot on perfect.
Nah. Let's go all the way there. Hey,
that's
Shaq,
a really good number.
You know what? I've dated a 6.
Shaq.
I've dated a 6'7", 6'8", and wasn't quite. So my sweet spot is right at 6'4", 6'5", maybe 6'6" on the high end. That's my sweet spot.
Is it like Julio Jones? Somebody tag Julio Jones.
Hell yeah, tag Julio's ass. Shit, I'm trying to holler Julio all damn night. Shit. Hell, I'll tag his ass. Shit. If it's an option, it's on the table. Shit, I'm gonna tag him my damn self.
What did you say, Khujeaux? What was the finger
puppet? No, I was just asking. Is it like the pelvis is not lining up or something? Was the issue with the 6'8" or why is 6'4" the sweet spot? Like what's?
I mean, because the chin lies right on my head, like, and then my head, you know, is right at a good spot on the chest. You know, whenever we're hugged up together.
I got you.
But you know, if it's too tall, then you're all skewed. You know, then we're gonna be fighting over leg room. His feet gonna be hanging off the damn bed and shit.
Well,
like that shit's not sexy. Like
last I checked, all of us are the same size when we lay down. I'm just
that
saying.
Is incorrect.
That is definitely incorrect.
That is incorrect.
As a tall woman who's dated someone shorter than me, you like to think so, but it's
there's a difference.
The cuddling can be awkward, and you're always trying to be considerate. Like, oh my god, like okay, like it never just feels 100% safe sometimes.
Because when he's back there and then he's trying to lean up over you, then he's not gonna quite read, and then you got to lean your head up, and you got to construct your body.
In the back of your mind.
It's a lot of logistics involved with it. It's not.
Now the logistic part is creativity, so you find out what you're made of because you get to be creative. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's a sweet spot. Then you can really have fun with the creativity. But when you're these, you know.
I think M16 and you know the phrase should be changed to say missionary works for everybody. Because that's essentially what y'all trying to say.
That is true. That is true.
But y'all not the same length when you lay down. You're just not. Your foot stops at her kneecap, and that's
because if you're a missionary and he's short, then like I said, if he's trying to like come up to your face, he's not gonna quite make it. You're gonna have to lean forward. Your neck is gonna be all hurting and shit. It is not good. It's not sexy. It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
First of all, Tiki, sounds like maybe y'all are doing too much with that because I mean it shouldn't be that complicated for missionary. I mean, I would agree with Khujeaux. Missionary, everybody's saying equal. What do you call it? Equal playing field.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Missionary works for everybody.
Now, you just get creative when you're cuddling with the leg on leg action. That way, it's not as noticeable that your legs are significantly longer. That's what you do. Crisscross pretzel sauce.
Applesauce?
No, pretzel sauce. Because you don't want to say anything. I'm just talking like all the imaginary shit.
Okay.
Plus,
so
you know, like
so
you know, like
no,
I'm
go
saying,
ahead.
like I'm not a small chick, so I need to know, you know, and to Diva's point, if we're getting creative, I need to know the dude is solid. So if he picked my big ass up, I need to know that he's not gonna drop my big ass because that's gonna ruin the whole evening
Now, let
right
me
there.
tell you something about that,
Wait.
Tiki. Now,
I know it's some strong little dudes. I know it's some strong little dudes.
When it comes
But
to
I need to be
acrobatics,
comfortable. I
okay?
need to be confident in what's about to go down.
First of
Well,
all,
I mean,
we treading very close to skinny bashing, and you know I might have to step in and you know.
All the other bashing is okay, but skinny bashing, damn it, that's it.
No, that's where I draw the line. That's a club. That's a club
saying,
I've been in for a while, man, and it's
Tiki.
it's
That's where you can't judge the book by its cover because
Thank you.
I know, and I've had some little dudes be like, "Dude, I got you," and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not confident you got me.
No, girl, you better.
Are your knees strong? Are your knees strong enough? Are your ankles strong enough? Is your back good? Like, what kind of forearm strength? Like, I need to know all these things. Just a lot of questions there. I mean, and then you could get a big dude who's weak.
They need to give you their sheet of like all their max outs when it comes to weights.
No, they need to send
like
her.
Would you be like a checklist? Like, all right,
video.
So what you benching? What you squatting is what I need to know.
When you get to the end of summer workouts, your coach used to do all your maxes. So like your max bench, your max squat, all that stuff. So they would write it down and
your deadlifts.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
So, hey, don't sleep on the skinny guys. We can squat. You know what I'm saying? Like we strong.
That's fine. I just need to know. I just need to be confident before we get into it. I just need to know. That's it.
So Tiki Blue's next guy.
Oh, you'll know.
Have your stat sheet ready. She's gonna ask for it before y'all even get into dinner or the appetizer, anything like that. Just have it ready.
All I'm gonna say, ladies, you may feel like you're being supported by two very slender poles, but in most cases, them poles ain't gonna let you fall. It's like sitting a shelf on two very sturdy, well secured into the stud slats. Once you get them, it's not going nowhere. You know what I mean? Like that shelf can hold up to however many pounds.
I will say, men aren't going to be overly confident when expressing that they can do that kind of stuff because they know they're not going to live it down if they drop you. So if they're saying they got you, they got you. Because if they don't even bring it up.
Plus, we could be injured trying to overkick our coverage. To if I could borrow a phrase. If I'm trying to overkick my coverage,
worse than that, the last thing you want is to be the victim of a roast session in the girls' group chat. Now you're never gonna see it, but man, they're gonna roast the fuck out of you.
Before you leave, I'm already on the group chat. Before you leave,
all 8 of them, man, they going in on your ass.
I had
sneaking a photo of you on the way out. Last thing
I had a homegirl who
do is be a victim of the girl roast chat. Don't do it.
I had a homegirl who started a conversation about the guy while they were on the elevator together. Like, girl, you ain't gonna believe what this motherfucker did.
This motherfucker dropped me. Yes, that's exactly correct. Yeah, I've started a few of those. I participated in a few of those.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Tiki,
well, you know what? I'm
more
saying,
on our girls takeover.
Yes, the women, y'all do need to do that takeover because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some stories on that thing. And you know what? I want to tell you too that I have almost coached my wife. She was like, if they do that, I might have to make an appearance or whatever. So
come on, Mr. 16.
Yeah.
She should totally come.
She said she might just drop in. She's still feeling indifferent about it. But I was like, yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is just start in on an embarrassing story about me and you're in. So that's all it takes.
Yay, Mrs. 16, she should come on.
Yes, we had to give her a high budget applause if she comes on. That'd be dope.
We'll see. She's teetering, so you never know.
Maybe after Tiki and I do the first one, maybe she'll be inclined to join the second one.
Maybe so. That's something that definitely needs to happen.
Yeah, we definitely need to make that girls takeover happen. Because I just want to hear more stories from both of y'all. Because both of y'all seem like y'all got a lot.
I mean, Tiki needs a. You know what I'm saying? Tiki need a whole aftermath series just on her own on certain subjects because I'm sure these will be.
I want to hear about the gun on the bed. I want to hear more about I want to hear about the placenta and the Tropicana and how. But,
hey, and then right after that, we need Khujeaux's Georgia State University Chronicles because I gotta hear about that.
It was. Look, man, it's not as interesting. I got some. It'll be a short
about GSU, man.
It'll be a short.
I'm very intrigued.
It'll be a short run series. It'll be about two episodes. I can really get it in. But man, that was a time. But I'm proud that we got through this whole preference talk without offending anybody. I feel like nobody, like I said, we're teetering on that line for skinny rights. But you know,
Khujeaux, me and you took the safe route. We were like, we ain't really got a preference. Hey,
yeah. But I mean, you know, I wasn't intentionally trying to be safe, which I didn't want to come off that way. But like, I really don't have a preference.
But you've dated different races outside of black.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. So yeah. There you go.
I was gonna say most of them were in middle school. I think like it was like 2 or 3 if that even counts. But the one before my wife, I think she was. It doesn't. Yeah. But I was open to it. Is basically what I'm saying. But the one right before my wife, I think she was. I never really asked her what her ethnicity was, but I knew she wasn't 100% black. I just knew.
How long did y'all date and you not know?
It was about 6 months. I didn't care to ask if she didn't care to divulge, but I didn't.
Yeah, I feel you on that, Khujeaux. That whole, you know, I used to get that too. Like, oh, what you mix with? Does it matter?
Yeah, I was saying if she never brought up anything culturally relevant, which she never brought up like, oh, I'm gonna go eat some arroz con pollo or go get, you know what I mean? Like nothing ever came up to give me any kind of indication of what ethnicity would be. Like, so whatever.
Khujeaux said he's on team skinny. How do you not be skinny anymore? You eat a bunch of snacks. There's Khujeaux snack plug.
Hey.
Oh.
Now, one more thing before we play this theme song is we got to get your other theme song if you have it.
I do.
Your actual new theme song.
I got it.
That I asked you for a week ago. I asked you for this a week ago.
Can I go get the snack though that I'm about to plug?
Yes.
All right.
Please keep this.
Vámonos.
Keep it. Don't edit this out. This is hilarious.
No, this is good stuff.
While he has walked away, I can do quick news and notes while he's walked off there. Easy and I did an aftermath this weekend with our good buddy Big Diva from this podcast called My Black Friend that y'all should be listening to. It's hilarious. We had a ton of fun talking to him just about just a bunch of things, politics, sports, and we also about to do a mashup with them too. You're gonna combine the radio show with My Black Friend, and we're gonna have My Black Radio Show. So we're doing that.
Oh,
and then
nice.
My bad.
On Saturday, Easy and I are gonna be talking to Zeus and Zeno from the podcast called ZZ Talk on Saturday, and they're kind of like a variety show too. They talk about a bunch of stuff, sports, politics. So we're gonna have a mashup with them on Saturday. So look for that in your podcast feed and in your YouTube. You know, if you subscribe to us, which you please subscribe to all of our stuff. I know we got a lot of shit going on, but Diva has her YouTube page, Cassandra Octavia, Khujeaux at Khujeaux with the snack plug, and of course the radio show. Please check us out. Tiki's got Bella and Kai. Check them out. All right, Khujeaux about to bust out the snack plug with his generic theme song.
Can I get the generic theme song once we move to the new one?
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna migrate it. So Easy's gonna claim Khujeaux's old theme song. We'll get the new one here, but one last time, the generic theme song for the snack plug.
Yes, sir.
Here it is.
All right. I'm excited about the one today. I'm actually doing in the process of editing the fall edition snack plug. No, I'm a little late. It's damn near the end of October, but I'm doing like everything pumpkin spice. Now, I have never been one to, and we talked about this on the last episode, I've never been one to chase after pumpkin spice products, but the one I'm putting y'all on to today, man, oh man.
Hell yeah.
Pumpkin pie Kit Kat.
Hell yeah.
Look, man, this is, y'all about to watch me eat one because I left the house and didn't eat one today and it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all. Look,
pumpkin spice Kit Kat?
Yep.
Well, pumpkin pie, but essentially it's a pumpkin spice Kit Kat. So look, the wafer on the inside of this is not like a normal Kit Kat wafer. It's some kind of, I think it's cinnamon spice or graham or something on the inside of this. I'm not really sure if you can see it, but as soon as you bite into it, it's even got a different crunch to it. So I don't know what it's made out of, but I love it. I really love it. And then the cream on the outside is, or the chocolate on the outside or whatever, is different than the normal chocolate that they wrap the Kit Kats with. Like they have an orange, like just an orange Kit Kat. Like if you go, they got a bag of Halloween Kit Kats. It ain't nothing but an orange, white chocolate, orange, dye number 50. And this one is different though. The chocolate on the outside of this is super different. Like it's a lot of spice that hits you in the mouth, like immediately. You get all the cinnamon, all the nutmeg, all the cloves, all the everything that goes in pumpkin flavor. And it's the best thing ever, man. It's not crazy sweet. It's so good. It's so good. And anytime something, I don't want to I really don't want to oversell it because you might get it and be like, it's all right. Anytime something exceeds my expectations, I just get so excited about it because I always set my expectations super low when I'm doing something new, trying something new, or eating something new.
You can only go up from there.
You can only go up from there. I never go into anything but like, oh my God, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Bless you.
Yeah. He asked a question.
I mean, she did. She like went off to the side. I was like, all you heard was.
So
wait, nobody's gonna call out Rona on her?
The feds are on the way.
Somebody called out Rona on Tiki?
Hell yeah.
Who did that? Because it wasn't us. I know. I said bless you, and I thought somebody else said bless you.
Yeah.
Was it 16?
You already know. You can look at his face. You can tell.
We're trampling all over Khujeaux's segment here.
All right, cool. You gave me opportunity to eat another one. Man, hey,
how did he unwrap it so fast? That's what I want to know. Because the first one was a little bit.
That's a skill. That's a skill.
He's a skinny with the Kit Kat. Because he's a skinny fat kid. That's what that is.
Yeah.
And that's why he can pick. And that's why he can pick you up.
Hey. But no. Snack plug, pumpkin pie Kit Kats. If you can find them, which I recommend you go to all your urban stores. Please don't go to the white area because they're not there. Pumpkin pie Kit Kat, man. These things are these are good.
Where Partel did you find those, my friend?
Union City Walmart.
Jesus, that's a little bit far.
He gets the loud, high budget applause.
And let me also say this before we wrap it up. For people that's kind of reluctant to pumpkin spice, if you like, and this is a debate that kind of goes on, sweet potato versus pumpkin pie. If you like sweet potato, most pumpkin spice products are kind of going to incorporate all the same herbs and shit that you throw on a sweet potato pie anyway, which is, again, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, cream, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All that same stuff goes into a sweet potato pie, just, sweet potato versus pumpkin. But anyway, as far as the products and the candies and all that shit, what I've learned from the fall edition of the Snack Plug, check it out on YouTube, dropping soon if I can get this thing edited. Yeah, they all kind of use the same. I mean, it's all the same stuff that you already like. So give it a try, man, and you might be surprised. It's not just all white girl lattes and shit.
You say white girl latte.
White girl lattes.
By telling you to make sure to go to the urban areas because the white girls for said lattes are gonna buy all that shit up out in Vinings and wherever else.
Damn, way to just call out Becky like that, huh?
Hey man,
yeah, well,
it is what it is.
But I bet you I can slap Becky's ass and tell her to pick me up one. If she in the store, she'll get it before some of you Negroes will.
Oh, she'll hook you up for that. For
Hell
sure.
yeah, she ain't gonna want her money for it. She ain't gonna ask me to
catch
up her first.
And if she see the pallet cling wrapped in the back and it's not on the sales floor, she's gonna call the manager.
Hell yeah.
All right, so
I don't know, man. If now that I got these and I went looking for them and they didn't have them on the shelf, I probably call the manager too. I'm not gonna lie. I would go hunting these down again. Like next season, I'm like, man, I go for some of them. They go to Walmart and they don't have them. I'm like, oh, excuse me, sir. I'm noticing that.
How many have you eaten today?
You mean this is the 5th one since I started the segment?
I can tell. So that's why I'm asking, how many have you eaten today?
That's why I said I left the house today without eating any, so this is my 5th one today.
Oh,
okay.
I
Up a long time.
He still has like awesome teeth, and he eats like all the junk food and the ice cream and the everything.
And he don't have diabetes.
It's about balance.
He ain't got the sugar.
I'll eat this whole bag of Kit Kats and then turn around and eat a kale salad and drink some ginger and turmeric. So it's about
it
balance,
balances out, bro. It balances out.
Right. I get it.
Okay, so enjoy your kale salad.
It's like being a nutritional Catholic. You do a bunch of bad stuff and you say your Hail Marys and it's all good now.
Hey, first off, lower your voice.
Sorry. I didn't mean to offend nobody.
Oh, you gotta make a donation too, so.
Really?
Donation.
That's in Catholicism? After you say Hail Marys, you gotta pay?
You'll definitely be forgiven quite quickly if you do make donations to the church.
I think that's any church, but that's another story.
That's any church, right? That's any church.
But no,
you might need to get yourself a title.
So if I just say my Hail Marys, that's not enough. I actually have to. There's a fee behind it.
It depends on how big your sin is.
Yeah, so they got this thing called confession. So you really got to go to confession.
Right. And in confession, the Father tells you how many Hail Marys you have to say based on the weight of your sin.
Right, but like Diva said, depending on the severity, you might have to throw in some Our Fathers, some act of contritions. It just depends, So
wow. So that's like a cable bill.
I'm really in my inner Joe Biden right now. I got a mask on. I'm talking about Catholicism. Like I'm just.
He's using his hands a lot.
I need the thinning hair and the slight forgetfulness, man.
Just start doing this with your hand a lot.
You gotta squint really hard.
You'll really be a good, meaningful politician because you're serious.
Or I get in the camera. I don't know if y'all remember this from the first debate. Who was the person that said this about Trump? Kellyanne Conway.
16. Where are we transitioning to?
Well, considering that as we're housekeeping on the air, that we started a little bit behind what we usually do, we got 2 other things that we need to do, but I feel like one of them, like we might not get to random tonight, but we still got one got to go.
Yes, I'm sleepy now.
We squeeze both of them.
I mean, we could say one got to go for next week and go to random.
I feel like one got to go and random are pretty much show staples.
Yeah, those are staples.
Either of those or
so look, we're gonna squeeze in both of them. God damn it.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to condense your randoms, and we're gonna run through one got to go.
Right.
Okay. So I need housekeeping on the air again. I need Easy sent it to me, but I need somebody to share this because if I start doing it, shit's gonna go awry and
Why Easy can't share his own shit?
Because he's probably not. He's using an iPad most likely.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
What that means?
Wait, don't Zoom have screen share on the iPad? No.
Oh, once again, Android.
Thought we had a clip.
I thought it was. I thought I had screen share from
Tiki.
What?
May I volunteer you so you can share your screen, please?
Look.
Cover up all your shit.
I'm about to say because I don't want no fault. Let me put my stuff down first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get rid of your colored mail system. Your colored mailers from black mailers and colored mailers.
I got them boxes and I got them mailers this week already. Them mailers are here, buddy.
That was so odd that the name of the site was Black Mailers, and then
that was not the name of the site. That just happened to have been what I was looking at.
Oh,
I was on Uline.
No judgment.
Oh, wow.
No judgment.
Black and color.
All right. So we have, I guess you want to call these chain sit-down restaurants. So we got 5 options. We got Applebee's, TGI Fridays, Chili's, O'Charlie's, and Ruby Tuesday. So I don't know if the rest of the panel is going to agree, but none of these places are really outstanding. I think everybody is probably going to have a beef with 1 or 2 of these restaurants. So I think this will probably be the most interesting conversation we have. Because, I'm just go ahead and say it. I think Ruby Tuesday is god awful, especially when they're put up here with the rest of these. Some people love Ruby Tuesday. So I'm very interested to hear what you guys got to say, but I'm gonna just say off the rip, the one that's got to go is Ruby Tuesday.
Which one has to stay? Which one has to stay?
The one got to stay for me. I think for me it's Chili's, but I think it's more because I just went there the most. But
I mean, you went there the most for a reason, so I mean that's fair.
But like Chili's food ain't half bad compared to some of these, because like Applebee's is hit and miss. O'Charlie's is, without the free pie, I'm not really sure what they're working with.
Can I go?
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say I want to hit Tiki. Actually, yeah, and M16 next because he's a resident picky eater.
All right, so
That's
off
facts.
the rip, O'Charlie's is staying. Them damn yeast rolls and that loaded baked potato soup, that shit's staying. Fuck all the rest of it, that's staying. Just off the rip.
Okay.
I love that Tiki just says it with so much conviction. Like,
I meant that. I have called the O'Charlie's many a times to say, hey, let me get 2 dozen of rolls and bring it to the car, and that's all I wanted. Because I was gonna put it with a meal at the house or shit in the car.
Okay, so which one getting the fuck out?
The one that's getting the hell out is I'm gonna go with probably Fridays. I can't think of one thing off that menu that I'm like, ooh, I really like that. At least Applebee's, especially if you go to a black Applebee's. First of all, you're gonna get a karaoke night. Y'all been to the black Applebee's, one over there on the east side, or the one right there off Cascade, because you can get karaoke up in there at any point in time. So that's gonna stay.
That's facts.
It's gonna stay.
When I lived in Memphis, all the Applebee's were good, but I guess they decided to shut down like that whole area. So like all the Applebee's in Memphis like closed like 2 years ago. But you're right. Depending on the staff back there, you probably go get a really good meal, and they're probably adding more seasoning than what the typical recipe says.
Yeah. And like I said, you're gonna get a show in there. The one on Broad River, when I used to live in Columbia, always had all the bikers there. So it was like you could possibly try and pull your car up, but all the bikers are gonna be there. But like I said, you run up to the one on Cascade or the one over there on the east side, and it's gonna be karaoke night. You're finna get a show. And I think the show started like 10 or 11 like that on like a Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. So that's staying. But yeah, I'm not good on Ruby Tuesdays. I don't like this whole salad bar. I think it's overrated. But they got some good ass mixed drinks. That's what's saving them in my book.
See, that's why Chili's was staying for me, because they have great mixed drinks. They're very affordable. You can really get like a bunch of them and get, fucked up off of it and everything. And the food is actually not that bad. So yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah, Fridays can go.
Oh, I'm sorry, 16, since Khujeaux wanted to hear your opinion.
Okay, so Easy said it right in the beginning, like none of these are exactly on your list of places where you wake up and say, you know what?
Look, hold on, 16, let me break it down like you say. More than likely, if you taking a girl here, you're trying to see where the relationship's gonna go. This is not a place where you probably openly saying, yeah, that's my girl.
No,
or
you're not going to, y'all don't go together.
Hey, look, that's another story for another day, Khujeaux.
If I take you here, we're coworkers. That's what this is.
So, for the longest, just real quick before 16 says who's out, me and 16 used to rate food places on if you would take your girl there. And that's how we figure out what food is good or not. So like 16 will take Mrs. 16 to a restaurant, and he'll be like, this is probably where you're taking your friend. Or if you're really trying to impress your girl, this is where you need to take her. So a little backstory on that real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just kind of button this up to make it efficient so we can get all this in, is that Ruby Tuesday is out. Nobody ever said that they want to go to eat at Ruby Tuesday. The times that I've eaten there, I've never really been impressed with it. And yeah, that's why I'm sticking with that. So the rest of them are just out of the fault with the fact that Ruby Tuesdays is a little bit on the trash side. Yeah, that's mine.
Diva?
Well, being that I hate all of these, and I'm so appreciative that you guys had the whole conversation about where to take your girl, because I had a whole conversation with someone about they are not allowed to take me to an Applebee's or a Chili's ever in life. And those are the two restaurants that are on the don't you ever try it list. But yeah, for me, I hate them all, but O'Charlie's and Applebee's is tied for get the hell out of here. Ooh. And yes, I picked two.
Ooh, Tiki's gonna have to talk to you.
Are y'all not bread? Y'all must don't eat bread.
You got a whole menu and you're like, bread. I mean, like you said, you get your bread to go, but they actually have food and you didn't even like their food, just the bread.
Dude, if the bread is trash at a restaurant, I'm not even finna be there long. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know about that.
O'Charlie's is actually second for me, right behind Chili's, to be honest with you. They got some sleepers on their menu. Like they Nashville chicken is obviously not no Hattie B's or nothing like that, but it is like pretty good to say it's like made in all their other locations.
Dude, the Cedar Plank salmon at O'Charlie's is actually really good as well. Like y'all sleep, like they got some good food. It's not bad there.
Yeah. So for me, it's probably been a decade since I've been to any of these places. So I'm speaking from memory, and most of them I've only been once. Ruby Tuesdays, I can't even remember what I ate there, but I know I went at least once. O'Charlie's, I can't remember if I've ever been, but I probably have been once. Chili's, definitely once. Friday used to go a lot as a kid because they opened one by Magic Johnson Theater over by Greenbrier. But I don't know if Magic Johnson Friday is the same as a regular Friday. So, and Applebee's, yeah, I went a couple times. So I don't know. I'm just going by default. I mean, because I ate there the most, I think like what EZ was saying. And it was made because of convenience. It was right there by the job. It was really one of the only like restaurants that you could order from and to get there relatively quickly. So Applebee's is staying, but I'm gonna go with O'Charlie's because I can't even remember. If I went there, I can't even remember what I ate. I can vaguely remember the little wraps, the some kind of taquito or some kind of fire chicken wrap thing or something from Chili's Fridays. It was just a bunch of wings. And
you talking about the Southwest egg rolls?
Yes, thank you. That's what it was. Southwest egg rolls. There you go.
They look disgusting in a picture, but they're actually very good.
They were pretty good. Ruby Tuesday can't remember. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. O'Charlie's just because it's the furthest back in my memory, and Applebee's only because it was convenient.
So Tiki got to see both of y'all after this episode. So
I don't remember. I can't even remember if I ever went, but I want to say I've been one time, like literally one time, and I don't remember what I ate.
Well, since we have to wrap up, I guess this would conclude One's Gotta Go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
I think we all pretty much agree. Yeah, O'Charlie's was.
No, so it was a tie.
That bunch of applause won't go in there.
Hold on, Tiki. Who did you say? Did you say Ruby Tuesday or?
I believe I said Fridays had to go.
Yeah, you said Friday. So we had one Friday and then a tie between O'Charlie's and Ruby Tuesday.
I'm saying don't need bread.
This is what we'll do with random, since we didn't get to it here, is that go to our YouTube page. Let's put our randoms in the comments.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Well, I'm gonna just say mine right now. I forgot to pay my Xfinity bill, so I'm about to do that right now.
Oh, mine do.
Mine is free to nipple, or make men put shirts on.
Okay, real fast. Black people, we quick to boycott everything that does everything wrong. I want to see how many people mad with 50 Cent on boycott Power. Y'all bitches ain't gonna stop watching that.
Not to be that guy, but I don't think nobody watches Power like that anymore. And this is coming from a very addicted Power watcher. I have no more interest in that show because James St. Patrick is gone.
I thought y'all had to figure out who killed Ghost.
Oh God, I wasn't trying to open up a new conversation, especially about a show I've never seen.
You don't know who did that?
Okay.
I don't watch Power.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to spoil nobody, but yeah, that you definitely find that out.
Who else didn't give their abridged random?
I just need to find a new masseuse. There you go. That's my random.
I'm gonna be honest. I was pissed about something earlier in the week, and I meant to text y'all to remind me to tell y'all what it was in case I forgot, and then I forgot to text you. So shit, I ain't even got a random because I forgot what the hell it was.
That's the show right there. That is perfectly random right there. All right.
Hey, but seriously though, we need to let women show their nipples or make men put shirts on. Contact your local elected officials and hashtag free the nipple.
Did you have like a conversation at a coffee shop with like a feminist or something?
And there was a lesson learned tonight here, ladies. Do not underestimate the power of a skinny dude. All right?
Yes.
Power of the skinny dude.
Yes, the power of skinny dude. Patent pending. All right, wave at the camera.
I hope they saw us because I forgot to stop sharing my screen.
It's still recording.
It's still recording.
But yeah. So outro music or just awkward waving or what's up?
Awkward waving.
Hey, shout out to King Expressions Gaming. I was on there with them playing Among Us. If you haven't played that game, it's hella fun. It's on your phone. Check it out.
King Expressions Gaming. We'll check it out.
Yes. It's a YouTube channel. We on there.